Welcome to Conversations with Laurel, everyone. I am your host, Laurel McHargue, and Chloe Crabb, young poet extraordinaire, is back with us today to share another poem. Hi, Chloe.
Hi.
How are you doing this week?
I'm pretty good. Pretty
Yeah?
good. Yeah, I've had a good solid week.
All right. Let me ask you this, and for listeners out there who maybe haven't seen Chloe's first visit with me, I'll have a link below to the first visit with me. Chloe has something called SMA, Spinal Muscular Atrophy. And for those of you who don't know about it, again, I'll have links below. But I'd like to ask you, Chloe, what is the most difficult thing you have to do every week?
The most difficult thing for me, I think, is probably going to physical therapy. Um,
How often?
we twice a week. We do a lot of like harness, like it's like harness walking and like stretching, and generally it's pretty deep because like my hips aren't super tight. And then we have to do like little tens machine things to
Tens
like get
machines.
my muscles starting to work, and we ramp that up pretty high, so it definitely like makes my legs tingle afterwards
Does it hurt?
sometimes.
All right.
Yeah.
So this is 2 times a week. Is it local or do you have to go?
Yeah, we just go to our local hospital
Okay.
for physical therapy.
All right. And so
Yeah.
you're talking about being in a harness.
Mhm.
Upright? Is this a
Yeah.
contraption thing or
So
is
yeah, it basically wraps around my shoulders and then my legs to keep me upright.
Mhm.
And then we have an additional like braces like on my legs that like lock my legs in place so that they're straight.
Okay.
So I can like stand up taller and like get a stretch while I'm standing, sort of.
All right. All right. And
Yeah.
so 2 times a week. And how do you feel about your progress? And again, how old are you?
13
13. And you've been dealing with this since you
since
were
18 months.
18 months.
Yeah. With
Your
the
goal.
drug that wasn't out yet. So had to go through
Wow.
clinical testing.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. And so your goal is to walk unassisted,
Mhm.
correct?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Do you have do you have a date on a calendar somewhere?
Um, Probably like near future. I don't have a date yet, but I mean, we're definitely getting to it. It's just a matter of like stretching and like persistence in a sense.
And from what I know of you, and I'm just getting to know you a little bit better each time we meet, and we're going to meet more too, because as I mentioned before, you are an extraordinary poet. And you have a poem to share with us today,
I
correct?
do.
Would you like
Yes,
to jump right into it?
I will. Let
All
me
right, and I have it in front of me. It's stunning. I'll just say that. I want you to read it slowly so that everyone can, yeah, savor
really
your
take it
words.
in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so this is Doctrine of the Body. I was born beneath a flag that mistook silence for peace. Its fabric that still smells of us, the woman it buried, under laws dressed like lullabies. They call this order, I call it archaeology. Every right I hold is a bone someone hid too soon. Men with troubling egos draft my body into legislation, call it protection, as if we were mercy. Their hands rewrite consent in invisible ink. Their mouths baptize assault and call it inevitability. They, they name the predator boy and the survivor lesson. Their words are altars built from other people's grief. They kneel to the sound of their own authority and call it prayer. But I have learned the language of ash. I know what it means to speak after fire, to turn ruin into vocabulary. My blood hums in plural. I'm a generation of ghosts refusing to stay buried. Each heartbeat another revision to the story they swore was finished. No, I am not your republic. I am the haunting that it follows it. The echo inside its marble mouth, whispering that power was never holy, only inherited. And when the ground splits open, it will not be wrath, it will be memory, returning to finish the sentence they thought we'd forgotten.
Okay. Doctrine of the Body. You're 13. Your metaphors are so mature. How did you learn to write like this?
Um, I've like really loved poetry over time, and I listen to Taylor Swift. I'm a huge Taylor Swift fan. And I think a lot of like my poetry and learning to use metaphors actually comes from her. Because like I mean, she has so many literary references, and she can form so many feelings just from like not just writing, like really making it into a piece of art. And then I listened to another artist called Marina, and she's Welsh. And she has this poetry book called Eat the World, and there are gorgeous like poems in there. And I think I got some of her poetry from that, or my poetry from that. And then also, um, The Bell Jar, is a book I read, and I love it. Like, it's one of my
Ah,
favorite books, and
yeah?
yeah, I've read a lot of that poetry. And then John F. Fitzgerald, who wrote The Great Gatsby, which is one of my favorite books personally, like all time favorite. Um, his poetry is like amazing. So I think just reading has really brought that to me, and then listening to music.
Tell me why Gatsby's your favorite book.
Um, I think there's like just this like I don't know how to explain it. It's like just it's a really in-depth book that I think shows like a lot of how people can become like who they are like over an amount of time, especially with like Gatsby. Um, and I think it kind of enforces the idea when I like my mom read it to me when I was younger, and like I read it as like when I was like 12, I think. And like don't be a daisy.
Don't be a daisy.
And yeah, and then even like circling back to Taylor Swift, she has a song that I think it's in Happiness. One of the lyrics is all you want from me now is the green light of forgiveness. And then in The Great Gatsby, the green light of forgiveness.
Yeah, yeah. At the end of the dock.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. What you surprise me every time we meet. You're going to surprise me with something. I have a feeling. All right, let me read this passage again. Men with trembling egos draft my body into legislation, call it protection, as if possession were mercy. Talk about that, because that's a very personal thing, right? When you're
Yeah.
talking about what you're dealing with SMA and
Yeah. So for me, like definitely with SMA, and kind of my disgust in society of how we get treated in a sense, like especially with healthcare and how we'll be denied if something isn't right, or like just different things that will be in a sense like I'm trying to think like denied, and it will be said, oh, because of this law will say that you can't do this. And I think like hold up, words aren't wording right now.
it's all right. It's
But
the end of a school. It's the end of a long school day for you.
yeah. But I think with me personally, like my healthcare doesn't make me or let me make above $2,000, and that's including into adulthood. So that's very like put into law.
In order
And
in order to get benefits?
mhm.
Whoa, I
So if
didn't
I
know
make
that.
above $2,000, I can't get healthcare or I get kicked off.
Whoa.
So I think that's like part of that line, and how in a sense like some of the men in politics won't listen to that and see that like not normally able-bodied people can have life goals and can like do stuff. And so when you speak out about it, their like egos are like, I don't know what to do. Like, oh my God, there are people speaking out who we thought couldn't.
Yes, speaking out in a very big in a very real way.
Yeah,
And you're just beginning, I think,
yeah,
just to speak out.
yeah.
Do you have a goal of uh, in the legislation that you are thinking about going after?
Yeah. I have the possible chance of going to speak to Congress in February.
Okay,
Um,
tell me about that.
so I'm part of this program called, oh my God, words, RDLA, which is Rare Disease Legislative Advocates.
Okay.
And I've been part of it for quite some time now. And every year they choose some people to go and speak with Congress about whatever topic they want to like speak about. And they chose me this year. So that might
What
be something I'm going to be doing.
you say they chose you? You had to fill out some kind of application, I'm assuming?
They just like choose people who are part of the program and who have done some work with them. So a couple of years ago, or was it 3 years ago, I spoke with um the Governor Polis's assistant, and then I think Michael Bennett's assistant, and did some work with them on the Rare Disease Caucus, which is like them deciding on like accessibility, funds, healthcare, like all that. And so yeah, they chose me this year, and then I think they like choose some other people, but
So
yeah.
you would get to speak, and are you given a time limit?
Um, I'm not sure. I haven't read over all of it yet,
Okay.
but
This sounds like a huge project, something that you have to
yeah,
prepare really well for. And
yeah,
I'm imagining that you're going to maybe start with a poem.
probably. Definitely adding some poetry into my work because I mean, it's definitely a strong piece of
Ah, who turned off your light?
um it's a strong piece of my like writing and stuff. I don't know why that just happened.
That's okay. I can still
Um,
see you.
okay. Well, um, but yeah, poetry is like a strong piece of my like just writing in total. Like I could like write anything and like have some line of poetry or some form of poetry in it. So yeah, there's probably gonna be poetry somewhere in there.
It's
Um,
yeah, it's part of who you are, I believe.
yeah, yeah. And I definitely think that this poem specifically ties into my advocacy.
Yeah.
Um, like I've always been an advocate, and I think how long ago was it? I think it was in 2019. I met the Attorney General of Colorado.
Okay.
And he really inspired me just because like he worked with Ruth Bader Ginsburg, and I was like, oh my gosh, like
Can I
she's my
touch
role
you?
model.
Yeah.
Like you worked with her, and I was and like so I got involved in advocacy in that area, and I got like a full tour of like the judicial like Colorado's judicial center, and that was like amazing. And I learned more about Ruth Bader Ginsburg, which was like super nice. Um, so like that definitely inspired me for more advocacy. Um, and then I've met Congresswoman Brittany Pedersen, like our congresswoman
Mhm.
for Chafee,
Mhm.
and she just like inspired me, you know, because like she had a kid, like she had a baby, and it was like 1 month after she had to like fly to Washington, D.C. because they wouldn't let her vote online.
Yes, I
Like
heard about
that's
this. Yeah.
it's just
Yeah,
like insane to me that
it
like that
is.
was a forced thing.
Yeah.
And so like yeah, I just got like super inspired by all of them, and I definitely wish to go into more of that, especially when I'm older.
Mhm. Are you in an SMA group
Yeah,
online, I'm
so
assuming, and
Yeah, I'm part of like the umbrella program called MDA,
Okay.
which stands for Muscular Dystrophy Association,
Okay. Yeah.
and that's basically like the umbrella for all like neuromuscular diseases like SMA. Um, and that's also an oh my God, advocacy group where we can go speak at different like events, like the Fill the Boot. I don't know if you've heard about that with
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
firefighters.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
We can
We
speak at
see them. We
that.
see them standing out in the street with their boots and
Yeah,
at stoplights and giving money. Yeah.
yeah. And then we can speak at golf tournaments. In August, I did one in Colorado Springs about MDA camp. Um,
Tell me about
which
MDA camp.
so basically MDA camp is where a whole bunch of kids can go and like meet up who all have or who all share neuromuscular disease. Um, and basically you're away in Georgetown, maybe. I,
Georgetown, Colorado.
yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Georgetown, Colorado, and you basically are there for like a week. Um, and there's a whole bunch of like activities that are like inclusive or I went zip lining there for the first time. Like and
Awesome.
like they can like hoist you up and like
Yeah.
make it accessible. Like if you
Yeah.
can't do something, they will determine to make it accessible.
Yeah.
And so that's like amazing. And you meet like so different or so many different people there.
Yeah.
I met my friend Andy there, who sadly lives like in Michigan. Like
Ah,
that's definitely painful. Like trying to text her and call her, especially. And then I met my boyfriend there who shares SMA, like we both have SMA and the same type, which is really surprising that we like kind of met on those same like almost circumstances,
okay.
you know?
Yeah.
Um so like it's definitely interesting like the people you meet there. And then I'm friends with my counselor. Like I just text her randomly. She texts me randomly. Um so yeah, MDA camp it's just like super fun and it's like yeah.
During the
Just like
summer, this is
something
a
yeah,
yeah.
something
Okay.
you get to do and like you can definitely like look forward to.
All right. Well, that sounds great. Um, you are going to come back maybe next week sometime and share another poem with the
Yes.
world, yes. And
Yes.
boy, I would love for someone out there to contact me and represent this amazing young woman, this
Yeah.
incredible young poet, because you deserve to be heard by a huge audience. So,
Yes.
Chloe Crabb, thank you so very much. Hey, did you see the Northern Lights last night?
Yes, they were gorgeous and they were like so bright at our house
Yeah,
because
yeah,
like we live
here.
in like the valley, so it's like really bright up here and
I think it's supposed to be even brighter tonight.
okay.
So if you and again for people out there listening, I think tonight's supposed to be really, really bright. If you have your camera and have it on long exposure when you take a picture, don't have your flash on
Yeah.
or anything, and it'll really bring the colors out. Just
Yeah.
phenomenally magenta colors last
Yeah.
night
We
here
got
up at
like
this altitude.
yeah, we got like pink and like green. Like it was like really it was amazing.
Magical.
Yeah.
Absolutely magic. Absolutely magical. Just like you, Chloe Crabb, your
Thank you.
poem, Doctrine of the Body. I'll have a copy of the poem below. People, please like and subscribe and leave Chloe some comments about what you think of her work and come back again to hear some more from Chloe Crabb, an amazing young author and poet. Chloe, thanks again, and we'll see you next
Yeah.
week, okay?
Yes, thank
All right.
you.
You're welcome. Bye bye.